Okay, good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about the dispensing of drugs to the inpatients. Clear? And here, if you see the dispensing of drug to the inpatient, mainly here the pharmacist as well as the nursing staff plays a very important role here. See what is the role of the pharmacist and what is the role of this nursing staff. We'll see. First, we'll see what is the role of this nursing staff. Why? Because I'm telling nursing staff as well as the pharmacist plays an important role in the dispensing of drugs in case of the inpatients. Clear? See what this nursing staff is going to be doing. They are going to be makes frequent trips to the pharmacy, okay, to obtain the medicines. Okay, mainly to obtain medicines. To obtain medicines, they are going to be making frequent trips to the pharmacy. And next one is they are going to be administering single dose to the patient. Okay, they are also administering, okay, that is single dose, okay, to the patients. Okay, that is not by their own but on the order of physician. Okay, so this is the role of the nursing staff, that is to obtain the medicines, and for that they are making frequent trips to the pharmacy, and also they are administering, okay, the drugs, that is also single dose to the patients on the order of physician. Okay, next we'll see regarding the pharmacist. Why the pharmacist plays an important role in the dispensing of drugs to the inpatients. Clear? See here, these pharmacists, they are going to be removing either one or, okay, two doses, okay, from where they are going to be removing from the bulk drug containers. Clear? They are having the bulk drug containers. From that bulk drug containers, they are removing one or two doses, and they are going to be placed in the another container for the subsequent use. Okay, this is the one of the important thing you have to remember regarding the role of pharmacist in the dispensing of drugs to the inpatients. Clear? What they are doing? They are going to be removing one or two doses from the bulk drug containers, and they are going to be placing them in another container for the subsequent use. Okay, next we'll see what are the different methods of dispensing of the drugs to the inpatients. We'll see what are the different methods. Okay, different methods of dispensing of drugs to the inpatients. Okay, see these methods is also based on, there are four different methods, and these methods mainly based on, that is size of patient. Okay, that is the size of inpatients. That means based on how much members are present in the hospital, based on that they are going to be following the some methods. And next one is based on the availability of staff. Okay, based on the availability of the staff, and also based on the budgets. Okay, okay, by making these considerations, they are going to be following some methods, okay, for dispensing of drugs to the inpatients. Okay, we'll see what are the four different methods of dispensing of drugs to the inpatients. Okay, first we'll see that is individual drug order system. Okay, first one is individual drug order system. Okay, and next one is floor stock system. Next one is floor stock system, and third one is combination of, that is 1 and 2. Okay, combination of these two methods. And the fourth one is unit dose. Okay, unit dose distribution system. Okay, these are the four methods, okay, mainly observed for the dispensing of drugs to the inpatients. Okay, what are those? Individual drug order system, floor stock system, third one is combination of 1 and 2, and the fourth one is unit dose distribution system. Okay, first we'll learn regarding what is meant by this individual drug order system. Okay, this individual drug order system, if you see, this is generally okay used by small hospitals, okay, small or the private hospitals. Clear? See, because of decreased manpower. So for this, there is no need of much manpower for this method of dispensing of drugs. Clear? See, this individual drug order system. Okay, in this will be utilized by mostly the small hospitals or the private hospitals where there is a reduced manpower requirement. That means in this method, the manpower requirement is very less. So small hospitals as well as the private hospitals are going to be utilizing these method. Clear? And generally if you see, this is a type of prescription system. This is a one type of prescription system. Clear? See, that means what is meant by this prescription system? If you see, the physician is going to be writing a prescription. Clear? Physician is going to be writing a prescription and obtaining the medication from the pharmacy. Okay, obtaining medication from pharmacy. Okay, this pharmacy means may either inside the hospital or outside the hospital, whether it may be inside or the outside. Okay, they are going to be getting the medications. Okay, okay, by paying their own charges, by paying the own charges. Okay, this is very simple. Okay, most commonly we can observe these type of method, that is individual drug order system. Okay, if you see what is meant by this individual drug order system, here this will be utilized by the small or the private hospitals. Why? Because by this method there will be a decreased manpower requirement. Clear? And next one is this is a type of prescription system. See what happens in this prescription system. The physician writes a prescription and they are going to be okay obtaining the medication from the pharmacy, that is either inside the hospital or outside the hospital. They can get the medication. Clear? And by paying the own charges. Clear? And we'll see what are the some advantages okay of this individual drug order system. Here medications are directly reviewed by the pharmacist. Okay, first thing is here medications are directly reviewed by pharmacist. That means in middle there is no involvement of any nurse or any other staff members. Directly the pharmacist can review the prescription. Okay, and by this system, if the pharmacist is going to be directly reviewing okay the prescription, then it provides a better interaction. Okay, this is going to be providing a better interaction between the doctors okay and patient and pharmacist. Clear? And there one disadvantage regarding this system is the high cost. Clear? One of the disadvantage is high cost. Okay, this is regarding the first method, that is individual drug order system. Okay, next we'll see regarding floor stock system. Okay, second one is floor stock system. We'll see what is this floor stock system. See, floor stock system, again it is of two types. Okay, first one is charge floor stock system, and next second one is non-charge floor stock system. Okay, it is again of two types, charge floor stock system, and the second one is non-charge floor stock system. Okay, first we'll see what is this charge floor stock system. See here, in case of charge floor stock system, see medications that are stocked on the, that is nursing stations. Medications are stocked in the nursing stations. See, that means the medications, no doubt, that will be present in the pharmacy. Apart from that, the some medications will also be present in the nursing stations at all times. Clear? At all times in the nursing stations there will be availability of some medications and that are going to be charged. Okay, charged to the patient account. That is going to be charged to the patient account, okay, after they are administered. Clear? See, here you have to understand what is meant by this charge floor stock system. Clear? See, that is in the nursing stations there will be availability of some medications at all times. Clear? See, whenever there is a requirement of particular medication they are going to be administering to the patients, but after administration they are going to be charged to the patient account. Clear? That means they have to pay some amount, okay, regarding those drugs, okay, that you will call it as a charged floor stock system. Clear? See, and this selection of this floor stock medication, if you see, I told you floor stock means there is an availability of some medications in the nursing stations. Clear? See, that selection, okay, that selection of medications in the floor stock system is the responsibility of PTC. Okay, PTC means it is a pharmacy therapeutic committee. Okay, pharmacy therapeutic committee. Okay, this committee is going to be selecting the medications for this floor stock system. Okay, you remember here in this charge floor stock system I am telling here some medications are going to be available in the nursing stations. After administering to the patient they are going to be charging for that particular drugs to the patient account. Clear? And in the drugs, okay, the drugs in the floor stock system, okay, that drugs will be selected and that selection is the responsibility of the PTC. Okay, PTC means pharmacy therapeutic committee. Clear? See, once this committee is going to be preparing one list, okay, once the floor stock list is prepared, okay, once the floor stock list is going to be prepared, it becomes the responsibility of the hospital pharmacist. Okay, it is the responsibility of the hospital pharmacist to make the drugs available at the nursing stations. Clear? So this is regarding the charge floor stock system. Clear? I hope you understood what is meant by this charge floor stock system. Clear? Drugs available in the nursing stations, they are administering to the patients and they are charging, okay, for that particular drugs. Clear? And here the selection is based upon the PTC, that is pharmacy therapeutic committee. After the selection, okay, after the list has been prepared, it is the responsibility of the hospital pharmacist to make the drugs available in the nursing stations. Okay, next we'll see non-charge floor stock system. See, what is meant by this non-charge floor stock system? Okay, non-charge floor stock system. See, here the drugs are placed in the nursing stations, no doubt. The drugs, because floor stock system means itself it is availability of medications in the nursing stations. Here non-charge also there is availability of drugs in the nursing stations, but without direct charging, okay, to the patient account, without direct, okay, charging to the patient account. See, previously we had seen that is suppose one drug, suppose it is 1,000 rupees, means directly they have to pay 1,000 rupees for that particular drug. Okay, that is listed, okay, in the account. Clear? In the bills they will clearly mention this drug you have to pay this much amount. Okay, see, that is charge. And non-charge means here also there is availability of drugs in the nursing stations, but without direct charging to the patient account, but costing in the per day cost, but costing in the per day cost of hospital room, of hospital room. See, if you see in some hospitals, inpatients, what happens per day in a room, they are going to be charging 10,000, 15,000, 25,000, okay, like that. Okay, based on the condition of the patient, they are going to be charging per day room cost. Is it clear? In that room cost only, they are going to be including some medications that you will call it as a non-charge. Clear? See, that means in this non-charge floor stock system, they are not going to be mentioning this drug, okay, this much cost, okay, like that. They will not mention anything, but everything will be included in the room, okay, in the room cost. That means per day cost of the hospital room. Okay, see that you will call it as a non-charge floor stock system. Clear? Here what happens in case of this non-charge, as they are not mentioning anything in the bills, that means what kind of medications they are going to be including in the hospital room. Sometimes what happens, some of them, they are giving the single dose of drugs to the patients, that is which is very less cost, which less, okay, with less cost. Clear? And sometimes they are going to be administered, okay, that is frequently. If there is not required also, they are going to be administered frequently in case of non-charge, because it is free of cost. Like that, free of cost, they are going to be administering frequently, and whatever the single dose of drugs they are going to be administering, sometimes with less cost medications they are going to be administering to the patient. Clear? See, because of these two things, what happens, there will be generating some bad public relationship for the hospital. Okay, there is a rare chances of this. And next one is, if you see the types of floor stock system, again there will be two types of floor stock system. Okay, first one is a drug basket method. Okay, drug basket method, this is the methods of floor stock system, sorry, methods of non-charge floor stock system. And the second one is mobile dispensing unit. Okay, mobile dispensing unit. Clear? The methods of floor stock system is two: charge floor stock system and non-charge floor stock system. And in case of non-charge floor stock system, again it is of two types. Okay, that is drug basket method, and next one is mobile dispensing unit. Okay, first we'll see what is this drug basket method. Okay, if you see this, okay, if you see this drug basket method, here what happens is, the whatever the night shift nurses will be available in the hospital, okay, mainly that, okay, night nurses, okay, night nurses are going to be checks the medicine cabinet. They are going to be checks the medicine cabinet. See, I already told you medicines will be available in the nursing stations. Okay, that you will call it as one cabinet. Okay, one medicine cabinet will be available. These night nurses, they are going to be checking those medicine cabinets every night. And not only that, they can also check the drug refrigerators. Okay, they are going to be checking these drug refrigerators against a master list provided by the pharmacy. Clear? Some master list, okay, that is going to be provided by the pharmacy. Okay, and they are taking that list and they are going to be checking. See, I already told you previously, one committee is going to be responsible for the selection of the floor stock. After selection of the list, I told you, which is the responsibility of the hospital pharmacist to make availability of all the drugs to the nursing stations. Clear? So this hospital pharmacist will be providing one list, okay, to this nursing stations. So whatever the night nurses will be there, they are going to be taking that list and they are going to be check whether the medicines will be available in the medicine cabinet as well as the drug refrigerators. Clear? See, suppose if there is any lacking of that medications, then what happens? The nurse immediately fill the requisition form. Okay, immediately fill one requisition form for the delivery of the drugs. Okay, immediately this night nurse is going to be fill one requisition forms for the delivery of particular drugs at their floor stock supplies. Clear? And next one is, suppose by chance if these nursing stations are going to be getting any empty containers. Clear? That empty containers are going to be placed in a drug basket. Okay, one basket will be present, that you will call it as a drug basket. If there is any empty containers, they are going to be placed in the drug basket and immediately they are going to be sent to the pharmacy. Clear? See, once because these are all going to be happening in the night, I told you, night nurses. See, whenever immediately upon the opening in the morning, Suppose if the pharmacy is going to be opening in the morning, immediately the first and foremost duty of the hospital pharmacist is they fill the empty containers. See, whatever the empty containers they are going to be getting from the nursing stations, they are going to be fill those empty containers, and they are going to be dispense, okay, the drugs. That means whatever the requisition form, whatever the drugs they have going to be mentioned, they have to dispense the drugs immediately to the nursing stations. Okay, this you will call it as a see, dispensing the drugs. Here I am telling filling the containers. See, once the basket is completed, then what happens, immediately that will be delivered to the floor stock via a message service. So that means they are going to be sending one message that your basket is completed, so you can take your basket. Okay, see, that information they are going to be giving, okay, to the nursing station through a message service. Okay, this you will call it as a drug basket system. Clear? That is in case of non-charge floor stock system. Under that, this is a drug basket system. Clear? Here there is a important role of the night nurses. They are going to be checking the medicines in the cabinet and drug refrigerators. If there is any lack of medications, immediately they are going to be filling the requisition form, and if there is any empty containers, they are going to be placed in the drug baskets, and immediately they are sent to the pharmacy. Clear? In the early morning, if the pharmacy is opened, they are going to be filling that empty containers, and they are dispensing the filled requisition form drugs, and they are going to be putting in the basket. If the basket is completely filled, then it will be delivered to the floor stock via a message service. Okay, next one is mobile dispensary unit. Okay, next one is mobile, okay, dispensary unit. If you see this mobile dispensary unit utilizes a specially constructed, okay, stainless steel trucks. Here they are using some stainless steel trucks. Clear? Inside the hospital, see, with appropriate dimensions to hold all sort of drugs. Okay, and it is equipped with okay, some sheathing wheels. Okay, so below that they are having some wheels. Clear? See, this is a mobile means movement. Okay, mobile dispensary unit. Clear? That is utilizing okay, specially constructed stainless steel trucks, okay, with the appropriate dimensions, okay, to hold all sort of medications, and it is equipped with some wheels at the bottom. Clear? And if you see this stainless steel truck, which is having one main compartment, okay, in this main compartment having two locking slide doors, having two locking, okay, slide doors will be present, and not only that, handle for steering and pushing. It is having one handle for steering, okay, and also for pushing. And next one is having very heavy duty steel and rubber to protect this truck. The next one is on the top, which is having a 2-inch rim, clear, at the top to carry the empty containers. Okay, to carry the empty containers, once there is an empty containers, it has to return to the pharmacy. Clear? And if you see the interior, okay, the interior of this truck, if you see, which is having shelves, okay, interior which is having the shelves which allow for the transport of containers of all sizes. Clear? See, this is regarding the mobile dispensary unit. Mobile dispensary unit means the movement, okay, of the drugs wherever they want to move, they can move this. Clear? And next we'll see what are the advantages regarding this floor stock system. See, that means pharmacist has a better supervision. First foremost advantage is pharmacist has better supervision. Okay, better supervision and control over drugs and nursing stations. Clear? See, first foremost advantage is this. Okay, pharmacist has a better supervision and control over drugs and nursing station drug cabinet. And next one is, as they are okay routinely they are going to be checking the drugs, then what happens? Immediately whatever the outdated medications or deteriorated, okay, if there is any okay spoiled medications that will be present, they can be okay quickly removed from the pharmacy. Why? Because they are going to be routinely checking the drugs because of this floor stock system. Okay, and the third method is combination of this one and two. That means some hospitals they can follow both the methods previously we have discussed, that is individual drug order system as well as this floor stock system. Okay, and next fourth one is that is unit dose distribution system. Fourth one is unit dose, okay, unit dose distribution system. If you see this unit dose distribution system, here the medications which are ordered, okay, you remember the definition of this unit dose. Here the medication, okay, which are ordered, okay, and which is packed, and not only that, administered and charged, that are going to be administered and charged in multiples, okay, in multiples of single dose units, in multiples of single dose units, okay, which will be containing a predetermined amount of drug, okay, which will be containing a predetermined unit of drug. See, that means this sometimes, okay, you will call it as therapeutic drug monitoring. Clear? See, why? Because normally, see, whatever the medications that will be available generally in the hospital, suppose if you take an example of here paracetamol, sometimes you can see 250 mg of the drugs, or maximum 500 mg will be available, and sometimes 650 will be available. Clear? Generally they are using these kind of doses for a paracetamol. 250 will be available, 500 mg available, 650 mg is available. Clear? See, but this is generally they are available in the market. See, what is, suppose they are getting fever or body pains, okay, anything, they can take any dose of this drug. But here, in case of inpatients, what happens? Based on the requirement of the patient, okay, you should not give like this, the paracetamol 250, paracetamol 500. That means based on the condition and based on the body weight, okay, suppose the patient is 45 kgs, for that they have to give only, that is 300 mg of paracetamol. See, that means 300 paracetamol of this drug is going to be prepared by the hospital pharmacy as a single dose unit. Clear? See, that means multiples of single dose unit. That means they are going to be, suppose like this, having single doses. That means each dose having 300 mg. That means multiples of the single dose they are going to be preparing, that we will call it as a unit dose distribution system. Clear? See, that's what I am saying, what is meant by this, okay, unit dose distribution. Okay, that means medications which are ordered, packed and administered and charged in multiples of single dose units, okay, containing a predetermined amount of drug. You remember, that is important, containing a predetermined amount of the drug. See, predetermined amount of the drug means what? That means how much amount of the drug that is drug required by the patient, that should be present in the single dose unit. And if you see the advantage here, there is a decreased chance of medication errors, decreased chance of medication errors. Why? Because how much amount of dose they are going to be required, they are preparing and administering, so there is a decreased chance of error. Clear? And next one is, here does not require storage facility, definitely which doesn't require, that is any storage facility in the nursing stations. Clear? So these are the some advantages regarding this unit dose distribution system. See again, and if you see here, it is of two types, unit dose distribution system, sorry, which is of three types. First one is CUDD, next one is DUDD, and third one is combination of these two. Okay, CUDD means that is Central Unit Drug Distribution System. Okay, central unit drug distribution system. DUDD means decentralized unit, that is dose distribution system. Okay, decentralized unit dose distribution system. Clear? And if you see this CUDD, drugs stored in the central pharmacy and dispensed in unit doses. Okay, mainly if you see this first one here, the drugs are stored in the central pharmacy. Central pharmacy means inside the hospital itself, the drugs will be stored and dispensed in the unit doses. Clear? And next one is, and okay, drugs are dispensed, okay, through the message service. Okay, only through the message service they are going to be dispense the drugs. And next one is coming to the DUDD. Here, dispensing of drugs to the inpatients, that is decentralized. Decentralized means not necessary from the central pharmacy, which can also from the outpatient dispensing area. Okay, from outpatient dispensing area or from the central pharmacy, or from both, they can dispense the drug to the inpatients, that you will call it as decentralized unit dose distribution system. And coming to the third one, that is the combination of these two can be used in case of this, okay, unit dose distribution system. Okay, that's all students regarding okay, that is dispensing of drugs to the inpatients.